Good evening, everybody. This is Chief Meteorologist Andrew Pinero outside on this beautiful evening. So I decided instead of doing a weather forecast from the green screen or at the desk, let's do it from virtual reality. All right, so we are out in the field here with the floating windows. So let's take a look for tomorrow. So we're seeing, it looks like, what to expect. June 3rd, temperatures are going to be warm, mostly in the 80s around the city. It gets a little bit cooler as you head more north, but there's going to be a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and the evening. I would also say here that it's probably going to be slightly in the morning as well, but we'll see that later on in the forecast models. Now, out here right now, there's nothing but a marine statement. We go up a little bit more, no advisories there. We go off more east, there's really nothing but some beach statements with rip currents out there. So nothing really too much inland, but if you are going to the beach, because it's very nice today, keep that in mind, and that's going to be the case for the rest of the week too with the rip currents. Now taking a look at the radar here, we are seeing what looks like, as of the recording time down here, 7:52, little bits of some shower activity, but I don't think this is really making its way to the ground. Clearly, yes, there are some clouds up there, but I think it's mostly virga that's really happening. It's not really making its way down. So we see it on the radar there, but we're not really looking too much into showery kind of activity. There are more set showers a little bit more west, but that line is going to be making its way in. So that's what we're going to be seeing overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And when we take a look at the satellite here, we're really seeing the edge of the front right there. That's where the stormy action overnight into tomorrow morning is going to be happening. But nothing really too much is going to be happening in the morning or in the afternoon. It's just little scattered pieces here and there. Now we take a look here at the Weather Prediction Center. The reason we're not getting too much is we still have a high pressure, a subtropical high, 1022 millibar there. A low coming through this, so this time was 2231Z, so a little bit before ago. This front has advanced basically from that line to about here in this time frame. So that's where we're starting to see the back edge of that front with the clouds that we saw over here. So this lines up with that. So that's what we're seeing there. And that's what's going to cause a little bit of unsettled weather. But let's take a look at the forecast models now and explain that a little bit more. All right, so let me grab my slider. There we go. So on the GFS, again, it's a larger scale. So we're really not seeing too much here. There's just a little bit of peppering happening. So that's 6Z. Nothing really too steady. We're going to go one more there. So now we're at 12Z. This is what the National Weather Service was talking about. So we can see little bits of pockets of showers or a storm. And that's where I'm saying there is a slight storm chance in the morning there, but nothing really too much. Then going into the afternoon hours, that storm chance really stays south, not necessarily in the New York City area or north, but once you get more west, kind of that line there, that's where you're going to see a little bit more of a higher storm chance. But again, it's mostly focused in the morning with some pop-up storms that the GFS can't see because it's a larger scale forecast model. Kind of the same thing with the European here. So I get my, not the sounding, I get my slider up, there we go, cool. So as we go through the night here, so this is later on in the evening hours, so this is 6Z, little pop-ups of some showers or again a storm possibility. Then we go into the morning here, so now we are at 12Z. This is really not showing anything in the New York City area, one single spot up a little bit more north, but a lot more action once you get into southern Jersey. So again, that's where there's not really model consistency here. Taking a look at the NAM, let me bring again my slider up there. So we are at 19Z, let's advance a little bit. So this is 0Z, which is essentially this recording right now. And it's showing that line a little bit more west, which that initializes pretty well when we take a look at that on the radar there and back on the satellite here. That's live versus what we were seeing with the forecast model here, which was right there. So that's really cool that one is initializing a little bit more accurately than the European or the GFS. So now let's advance this, which that kind of makes sense. Which it kind of makes sense because this is a higher resolution forecast model. So let's go to about 6Z, which is right there. A little bit of stormy action. That might have some sort of lake effect thing. Because this, again, is a more mesoscale. It's the 12 kilometer versus 100 kilometer. It doesn't go out as far, however. So that's what we're seeing here. So let's advance a little bit more. So now we're at 9, 10, 11, 12Z right there. And at 12Z in the morning, it's again keeping everything south. So that's a little bit consistent with what we were seeing there. And nothing really in the New York City area or anywhere going north into the New England area. Just that one spot into the Great Lakes. Going into the afternoon hours, now we're seeing things pop up a little bit more. There we go. So a little bit, and it's staying south. So we are at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18Z there. Now this is what I'm believing a little bit more because of that heat, where we are going to see in the New York City area some pop-up storms. So that is most definitely possible there. So this is the model I would believe the most out of any of these, the GFS, the Euro, or the NAM. I would stick with the NAM. Now I will add one extra one here, which we're going to go to the 3 kilometer NAM, and kind of in this same spot, you see in motion there, just little pop-ups. So that's where right there in, say, Bergen County, New Jersey, you can get a thunderstorm, but nowhere else around the area would get a thunderstorm. That's probably what we're going to see for tomorrow. And one last look here on the HRRR, and it looks kind of like it's showing the same thing. Oh, which model are we on is the question. We want to go to the 18Z. There we go. So now we're going into the day. So again, not much. Just again, little pop-ups there. So the forecast model I would probably believe the most is the NAM. 3 kilometer or the 12 kilometer. They were both pretty well in alignment there with just some scattered showers. And maybe a little embedded thunderstorm. But then going back to the original slide here, this is where we're saying afternoon highs into the low to mid 80s tomorrow, because this is what's the fuel, or that, not because of, but that is the fuel, that warmer temperature and the higher dew points. So that's a look for tomorrow. Now, as we look a little bit further out, I just want to show you here on the GFS. So we're really not seeing anything going into Tuesday, high pressure there. Then we're seeing a bit more rain coming in overnight Wednesday. So late in the day Wednesday, by about 8 p.m. Wednesday it looks like. Pretty stormy looking day for Thursday. And then Friday clears out a little bit more in the morning, but then more showers in the afternoon. Going into Saturday, same thing, more showers. And then Sunday itself, also some more showers. So going through the rest of the week, it's pretty unsettled, it looks like. All right. Well, that was kind of cool, wasn't it? So I hope everybody has a great rest of their evening. Again, it's just looks like Virgo. Nothing's really coming down just yet while the sun is up. That will be overnight tonight into tomorrow. And then it looks like a fairly unsettled week ahead. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody. This is Chief Meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Have a safe night. And remember, if you want to stay weather ready, get that weather radio with my affiliate link from bettersaferadio.com in the description below. And stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.